Distinguished colleagues, we have before us Oba Maigari Ahmadu, public servant and a nominee of Mr. President for screening and possible confirmation as one of the ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're welcome. Please use the next few minutes to just summarize your resume, and if you have anything that is not contained therein and you want Nigerians to know about it, you go ahead and say so. The floor is yours.
Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Senate, distinguished Senator Barau Jibrin, Your Excellencies, the leadership of the Senate, Your Excellency, with your kind permission, let me specially recognize the three senators representing Taraba State in this distinguished Senate. First and foremost, distinguished Senator Shaibu Issa Lau, who represents Taraba North, distinguished Senator Engineer Haruna Manu, who represents Taraba Central, and of course, my own Senator, distinguished Senators, my name is Uba Maigari Ahmadu, Ministerial Nominee for Taraba State. I in Ukari on the 6th of September 1966, although I hail from Donga, a neighboring local government just about 10-15 minutes drive away. I started primary school in Township Primary School, Jos, in 1973, and then got transferred when my father, who was then a serving police officer, retired from the service and we moved back home. We got transferred to Dauda Kwancha Primary School in Donga, my hometown, where I completed in 1978. From there, I went on to Government Secondary School, Donga, from 1978 to 1980. Thereafter, Mbia Government Secondary School, Takum, in 1980, because the school was converted from general secondary school to a science-only secondary school. So I completed my secondary education in Mbia Government Secondary School, Takum, in 1983. I then proceeded to the University of Maiduguri in 1983, where I underwent the remedial year program between 1983 and 84, got admitted into the Department of Common Law, University of Maiduguri, 1984, and graduated in 1988 with a Bachelor's of Law degree, LLB Horns, second class honors. From there, I proceeded to the Nigeria Law School, Victoria Island, and I was there between 1988 and 1989. I was eventually called to the Nigerian Bar in 1990. I undertook the mandatory youth service corps in Enugu, the then Anambra State, old Anambra State, with the Department of Intelligence and Interrogation of the Nigeria Police Force, in charge of reviewing police reports before prosecutions or discharges were effected. Thereafter, I returned home, and the combination of destiny threw some other things at me which I had not prepared for. But I took them on. And after a little while, I went into a partnership with a senior colleague of mine who is now deceased, may Allah rest his soul, Nasir Abdu Dangiri, who went on to take silk in the year 2017. It was for a very short while because of the circumstances I wouldn't want to bore this distinguished Senate with. I had to engage in some other businesses that were thrown at me that necessitated my getting involved into civil engineering, construction, and hospitality businesses, which I all took together. After a little while, I decided on my own to contest elections. I tried first with the local government election and I lost in my local government. I wanted to be chairman. I tried and lost. A little while after, in the year 2002, the then governor, His Excellency Governor Joel Nyame, appointed me as the Pioneer Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs for Taraba State. I served also for a short while, and luck smiled on me. The then Deputy Governor decided to contest for senatorial elections. I moved on to the Senate. So it necessitated that a replacement be found. I was lucky. I was seconded to run on the ticket. We eventually ran and won election, and I was sworn in as the Deputy Governor of Taraba State in 2003. I served between 2003 and 2004. I tried to come to the Senate in 2007, contested on the platform of the ACN and lost again. But I've been involved in politics actively back in Taraba State and nationally too. So I would say that I have been holding one political office or the other for the past 21 years, Your Excellency. In between, I served as a federal board member for the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, between 2012 and 2015. Afterwards, I championed a group of APC members in Taraba State, named Taraba Integrity Group. Between 2017, it was a pressure group within the party. Between 2017 and 2018, we repositioned the party in our state towards the 2019 elections. In a nutshell, in summary, Your Excellency, distinguished senators, I am basically a lawyer who has transited between law, business, and politics. I want to use this opportunity, Your Excellency, distinguished senators, to thank His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for giving me this wonderful opportunity to contribute to nation building, partake in renewing Nigeria's hope, and make my mark in taking Nigeria from its present position to where it should properly be. And I want to pray that I find favor with this distinguished Senate, that should I be lucky to be confirmed as the President's nominee, I will do my best in whatever capacity I find myself, because this is a call for nation building, to nation building, not for anything else. And where I come from, it is a very, very big opportunity, especially if you come from the backwaters of Taraba that we have been neglected for a very, very long while. We need opportunities like this to prove to Nigerians that we actually have people with capacity that can contribute positively to nation building. I'm happily married to my wife, my darling wife, Kaltuma Ahmad Chanchangi. I've been married for 30 years, and we've been blessed with 4 beautiful children. Your Excellency, distinguished senators, I want to stop at that. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Distinguished Senator Jimmy Kuta.
Thank you, Mr. President, sitting as the chairman of the Committee of the Whole. Distinguished colleagues, my name is David S.U. Jimkuta, representing Taraba South, headquarters of Kararafa Kingdom. Mr. President, let me use this opportunity to once again congratulate the nominee, His Excellency Barrister Maigari, whom is a proud son of the Kararafa Kingdom. And thank also Mr. President for nominating one of our best. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, there is an adage that said what affects the eyes affects the nose. I want to beg my distinguished colleague, having gone through his resume, he has served in various capacities. He can perform, he's competent. We, the Kararafa people, we are champion. I want to thank the gesture given to ex-governors to be extended to my nominee and to take a leave of the Senate. Thank you very much.
Distinguished Senator Kaka.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the rare privilege. My name is Kaka Shehu Lawan. I represent the good people of Borno Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, the nominee before us, Maigari Ahmadu, is very well known to me. He's a professional colleague, and we have relayed on a lot of forums. Mr. President, it will interest you to note that Mr. Maigari Ahmadu was the chairman of my primary election that produced the result that brought me to this Senate. Today is a payback time. He is a very good man, down to earth, he is intelligent and incorruptible. I associate myself with my distinguished colleague, Senator Jimmy Kuta, and I urge my colleagues to allow the nominee take the leave of the Senate. Thank you. I so submit.
Distinguished Senator Kaka, I'm very happy that you have changed, at least the perception of politicians in the country is changing very rapidly. Did you say incorruptible? Yes. Very good. That is how all politicians are now in Nigeria. So, yes, let me call the former deputy governor of Taraba State, and my brother, distinguished Senator Manu Haruna, to say a word.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Haruna Manu, and I represent Taraba Central. Mr. President, what I want to add is all the three senators from Taraba State, distinguished Senator Shaibu Isa Lau, my humble self, and Senator Jim Kuta were in support of the nominee. And let me add this, Mr. President, were it for politics, I wouldn't be standing here to be supporting the nominee. But Mr. President, you told us from day one, once we're in this distinguished chamber, we set politics aside. I'm of PDP, but today I'm speaking as Taraba. And I want to tell this distinguished Senate that our leader in the state too, who is our governor, His Excellency Colonel Abu Kepas, has urged us equally to support the nominee, Mr. President. And let me add this. From what he has said, from his resume, this is somebody that has experience that cuts across both in the public sector and in the private sector. He has experience being a grassroots politician, having started from the local government level to being the commissioner, a deputy governor, and of course, before then, his private law practice. I'm sure, Mr. President, the nominee, if confirmed by this distinguished Senate, he will give meaningful contribution to the administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmad Tinubu. And I have no doubt, based on his previous record, wherever he found himself, he has performed credibly well, Mr. President. This is the nominee we have. I want to once again urge this Senate, just as requested by Senator Jim Kuta, the nominee should equally be given that privilege which was given to the past governors. With your kind permission, Mr. President, let him take the leave of the Senate. Thank you, Mr. President. I so submit.
Since he knows. Situation in the country and insecurity and other vices plaguing the country today. We are joining the Federal Executive Council with a lot of vigor to bring about renewed hope for Nigerians. Is there any particular innovation that you think, if confirmed by this Senate, you bring to bear that will make a difference in turning the things around for the better?
Thank you, Mr. President. One critical area I am very interested in is in the youth population. We have a virile youth population that, in my opinion, is largely underutilized. We have a youth battalion that is highly skilled in modern ways of doing business, and we have so many low-hanging fruits that people normally don't cast their minds to, given the enabling environment. With the president we have on ground, I am very, very confident that the caliber of people he has assembled, if confirmed by this Senate, I have confidence in me that with the drive, the tenacity of purpose, and the mission people are coming on board to serve in this government with, people I have interacted with privately before now, I do not have any doubt that in a very short while, Nigerians will begin to reap to reap the profit of voting in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the government of APC into place, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, you have a nominee that is supported across party lines, even from his state. You have the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party supporting this nominee. He has vast experiences. He has held offices in the last 21 years in very high positions and is very determined to bring the wealth of experience to bear in contributing his quota to the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration to turn Nigerians around, thereby renewing the hope of the less privileged and the citizenry. We want to thank you for your patience, because the Senate, even on our own, we are not supposed to sit even on Saturday or even yesterday. We are supposed to be on legislative holiday, but we decided to sacrifice this time for the entire nation, because we would like the government to kickstart on a full-blown affair. So thank you for coming and answering questions. You will hear from us very soon. Thank you.